This is Caitlin Galbraith, and this is my Symbaloo screenshot. I am a social science education major, but this is specifically a history, U.S. history Symbaloo that I've put together. And I've color-coded and kind of sectioned off areas to make it a little bit easier to organize it. Yeah, so I'll kind of explain a little bit. Up in the left corner right here, you see in green some student tools that I've made. There's history timelines that you see. These are just some timelines that students would be able to access to figure out some dates and how to be able to put them, to see them in relation to one another. And then there's the encyclopedia, and you'll see that if you click on this, it actually shows up in the middle right here, and you can look that up in the center in the toolbar. And then there's a link for the people history, where you can look up information about different people, different historical figures. And then there's a maps resource through National Geographic. Here in the center in black, as you see right here, I've outlined the different branches of government. And I've done that with just different tools right here: the legislative branch, the executive branch, the judicial branch, and each one is through whitehouse.gov government websites. And underneath each of these, I have the Constitution. Under the executive branch, I have different information about the presidents, which will help with executive branch information. And then under the judicial branch, I have U.S. court information. We'll save this white portion for last. Here in blue, there's just some kind of teaching resources that would be helpful for me for in-class resources. There's the History channel, History Matters, History Animated, and Conversations in History. That's just different things that would help make lessons a little bit more interesting to students. Here in the middle in orange are videos from YouTube that I would be able to incorporate into lessons. Again, to make lessons just more interesting to students, more relatable to them. Here in the pink, these are tools that students would be able to use for student projects. VoiceThread we've used in class. Wikispaces we're using right now for our group projects. Pixlr, that's what we've used to make logos. And then task lists, this would be useful for them to be able to keep their things in order. And here I said we'd save this for last. This is just really good teacher resources, not specifically for history, just good teacher resources. Teachers pay teachers, we've talked about that in class. Alex, the Alabama Learning Exchange. There's printable worksheets in here, TeacherTube, good learning resources. And then there's the Khan Academy. This has an incredible amount of resources for all kinds of subjects where students can go and watch videos just to help them learn things that maybe they're not fully understanding in class, just to enhance their learning. And here, well, we'll come back to that. readwritethink.org, we've also talked about that in class. And then some things specific to social studies. This is, we'll click on this, the National Council for the Social Studies. And this is where we can find information what nationally is required for, what nationally is required for social studies teachers each year. And then the PIH network, this is what This is a great tool that we've used in my social studies learning classes. And this is where we can just exchange different information with one another to with lesson plans and worksheets and just all this information just to make our lessons better. And then lastly, this is a great tool that I've found, best history sites. You can go here and there is websites. There's on the left side, you can narrow your search down, and so we can say maybe World War II, and click on that, and then go and just find all this information on, like, that will lead us to websites that are even better in specific topics. So it's like Symbaloo, but enhanced. So that's my Symbaloo, and that maybe explains how it was organized. So yeah, thanks for listening.